Anthony Carroll, Associate State Director for Advocacy for AARP in Iowa. Coming here a little different. Usually you ask me a lot of the questions, but here with Kent Sovern, our State Director. Today I'm going to interview you and ask you about what's going on at the federal level and what we're doing here in Iowa to inform our Congressional delegation in Iowa and all of our delegation. Let's hear a little bit about, we've had the big negotiations to end 2012. What's the outcome of that, and where is AARP? What are the next steps for AARP?
Well, the biggest outcome of that fiscal negotiations at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year, one of the big things was the one-year doc fix, as we call it, and basically that's a year-by-year correction that the Congress puts in, so to assure that doctors and healthcare providers get at least a adequate level of reimbursement on Medicare services, so that they don't abandon their patients. And I know that it always causes the doctors and the healthcare providers a great deal of angst as the end of the fiscal year, the end of the calendar year comes up every year, and whether Congress is going to correct do the doc fix, correct the problem, because without the correction it means that the doctors' reimbursements would be reduced by about 40% or so, and that's a real disincentive for them to take on Medicare patients. So that was the biggest win, if you will, for AARP. In addition,
what about Medicare?
Yeah,
I mean, was it, one of the things is on the table, raising the age. Right. What happened there?
They didn't raise the age, and on Social Security they didn't enact what was called the chain CPI. Now, we're using, if you will, some of the inside the beltway terms. So what you'll want to do is continue to visit the earnedasay.org website that AARP has. It's earnedasay.org, and it has all of the background information, the comparisons of the proposals on Social Security and Medicare, the pros and cons from the left and right, lots of great information, and they have a new post-election survey for folks.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that. Is that Iowa specific or is that federal?
It's a universal survey for all AARP members about what's important to them for Social Security and Medicare, and it's a follow-up to Survey 1. Survey 1, you might remember, was we were really out there in May and June with that. 7,500 Iowans responded to that survey, and today I got word that the Phase 2 surveys, Medicare and Social Security, more than 25,000 Iowans responded to that survey. So this would be the Phase 3 or Phase 4 or whatever, but this is the post-election survey. Now, we're running up to a big discussion about the debt limit here in February.
Yeah, so let's hear more about the survey. What's in what the survey is about? What and who?
Well, the survey says now that the election is settled, and we know that we've got divided government again. The executive branch is in the hands of one party. The legislative branch is separate. We've heard from our members that Medicare and Social Security are important to them for their financial security, but more important to them for their security of their children and grandchildren. Now we know these things, our members have told us. Now, out of the options that are on the table, chain CPI, changing means testing the benefits for Social Security and Medicare, other types of proposals, which ones are more or less favorable to our members? So again, communicating to that. Once again, this is the site, earnedasay.org, and be sure to go and visit that, and you'll get lots more information for that. The site is active, and we want as many of our members as possible to fill out those surveys and to continue communicating to their elected representatives in Congress as they gear up for the next debate, which will be on the debt limit debate. I think it's in February sometime.
Sounds good. Well, you can hear more about that at earnedasay.org and hear more from our updates on state and federal issues here.
And be sure to go to the Facebook, Iowa Facebook, AARP Facebook's page, hit the like button, and follow us on Twitter as well.